Hi, I'm DelusionDispeller, and I'm going to talk some more about cognitive distortions. So the next one I'm going to talk to you about is disqualifying the positive. Basically what this means is that you don't see positive experiences as positive because you feel like they don't matter, they don't count for one reason or another. You think that no matter what good, happy thing is happening, it's not as happy as it should be. It doesn't happen enough. It doesn't happen often enough. It's going to turn out bad in the end. You're going to disqualify everything positive that comes along. The other thing is jumping to conclusions. You automatically interpret things in a negative way, even though you have no valid data to point out that they are negative. You just basically interpret that everything is going to fall apart because you just assume that. You assume that your life is just a shamble and a fraud, a phony, whatever, and you think that everything is not going to go your way and things are just not going to work out. With no reason to think that way, just simply because you've decided that you're a loser and you see everything negative. So you assume everything's going to go downhill. Mind reading is another thing. You automatically assume that somebody is looking at you wrong or has negative intentions towards you or is thinking sinister thoughts towards you because you can read their mind. This can cause you to kind of pull away from people, assuming that they don't like you or don't want to be with you, or they just don't find you a decent person to be around. So, mind reading. Something else that's kind of like the other thing, so I'm going to skip over it. Magnification or minimization is another thing. Minimizing is something that a lot of people do. They kind of say things like, oh, it's not that bad, it doesn't happen that often. Or like if they do something good, oh, it wasn't that good, I could have sung a lot better, I could have worked a lot harder. They just never embrace the fullness of the fact that it's enough, is the way I would say it. Let's see. You sometimes include magnification along with the minimization. So you make your stuff that you do really little, but you make the other person's thing huge. Like, oh, you're so good at that, I could never be good at that. Oh, wow, you're so talented, I'm such a, mess up, I'd never be able to stay on key with that, I'd never be able to get that done like you did. And you basically think that your minimal, or your accomplishments are minimal, and yet other people's are like huge. You magnify your own bad qualities that you feel are bad and undesirable things about yourself, but you also magnify the other person's things that you admire. So you feel bad about yourself. You make yourself feel like crud because you see things so distortedly. So that's magnification and minimization. I guess this video is going to have a lot more on it than the other ones did, because there's not a lot to say about things that sound very similar. You assume that how you feel is the way things really are, because you feel so bad inside. You feel that life is bad, and you believe it because you feel that way. Even though life around you, people might be partying, having a good time, inside you feel bad. So you just automatically interpret that it's a rotten party, or it's just not fun to be there, and it's just not making you happy. Okay, another big one, and this is huge, and I've heard this one like over a period of years. Should statements. You really should do this. You ought to get that done. You must be this way. It's like guilting yourself, basically. Sometimes you feel that way towards other people. You should do this because it's the right thing to do. And that's your interpretation. It's the right thing to do because maybe the other person doesn't feel for them it is the right thing. You shouldn't feel angry. You should be happy. You should like this. You should be thankful. You should apologize. You should go and kiss Aunt Hazel. Whatever. Should. Don't should people. Or as the saying goes, don't should on people. And don't should on yourself either. It's okay to have choices. It's okay to make mistakes. And I think that's the hardest thing that we go through with narcissists and with abusers, is that we always feel like every little mistake we make is huge. And we're not allowed to make mistakes because we want to win their approval. And God help us if we're not perfect like they want us to be, if we didn't say that right or do that right. The danger in doing this with toxic people is that you're never going to get it right. And then you're going to beat yourself up feeling like you've never made it, you've never achieved, you've never arrived. And it's an awful feeling, let me tell you. You have to live with yourself. So you got to love yourself and not should yourself to death. All right. Anyways, let me see what else there is here. Okay, there's only a couple more. So labeling, and that goes along with a lot of the things I've said already. I'm a loser. I'm a wash-up. I'm hopeless. I'm, good for nothing. I'm a mistake. That's labeling. Or they are such a louse. She's a B. He's a jerk. We label people. I'm guilty of it too sometimes, and we got to be careful about that because, it hurts people, and it hurts yourself when you label yourself too. Last one, personalization. You see yourself responsible for every negative thing that happens. It's all my fault. Well, if I wasn't here, this wouldn't have happened. Even so much that you tell other people, I don't want to get close to you because every time I get close to somebody, they get hurt or something happens really bad. I've had several people tell me that, and there was no necessarily any type of founded truth in the matter that because I was close with these people that anything bad happened to me. Believe it or not, a lot of people that are messed up in like cults and witchcraft and things like that feel this way a lot. They really believe there's a curse on them and that they are the curse. And they can't be close to you because if they got too close, something bad might happen to you. So it's a sad way to live. Anyway, these are some cognitive distortions I just thought I'd share with you. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, things to add, please do down below in the comment section. If you want to write to me, feel free. Keep your paragraphs kind of separate, please, because it's really hard for me to read big, long compositions. I just frankly don't have time because I work full-time outside of my house. But I love y'all. I'm praying for you. I'm sending well wishes your way. And thanks for watching. And stay tuned. I'll be bringing some more stuff like this shortly. Thanks a lot for being my fans and my friends and my viewers. Appreciate it. God bless. Bye.